In addition to a proportion, you can also figure out the whole, the part, or the percent using the percent equation, which is this. So the whole number times the percent equals the part. So we've actually been doing this for tax and discount. So if we look at example A, 30% of 25 is what number? So the 25 would be the whole amount. 30 is your percent. And so if you multiply those together, you get the part. So if we multiply those together and make sure we use that percent button in the calculator, we would get 7.5. Okay, so that is exactly what you have been doing. Now let's go to letter B. So this one's a little bit trickier. Your bill was $16, so that is the whole entire amount. And you left a $4 tip. That's part of it. What percent is that? So what percent of the $16 is that tip? Well, let's just use the letter P for now for percent. So 16 times some number equals 4. So I can think back of solving for x, and I can do the inverse operation. So the inverse of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by 16 on both sides. 16 divided by 16 is 1, and 1p is the same as a p. Now be very careful here when you're doing 4 divided by 16. Your brain is going to want to do 16 divided by 4 because it's really good at division facts, but we have to do that numerator or top number first and do 4 divided by 16. And we get 0.25 or 25 hundredths. Okay? However, we have to convert this to a percent by moving that decimal 2 to the right. Bloop, bloop. So that would be 25%. Now, if you're like, oh, that's a lot of work to show, it kind of is, but you can also remember to take the number that's by itself, which would be that 4, and just divide it by the number that is with the P. All right, last one here. All right, 14 is 20% of what number? So for 14 is, that means it's the part number. And then 20% would be the P. And then it says of what number? So that means we don't know the whole amount. I'm going to use N. You could also use W. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to then do 14 divided by that 20%. And you can either use 20% or you can convert it to a decimal by going 2 to the left and divide it by 0.20 or even just 0.2. Okay, so if I pull out a calculator and I do 14 divided by 2/10, I'm going to get 70. And we can always double check that. I can do 70 times 20% and just confirm that it does equal 14.